Reading I-Ching. The Keeping Still Mountain. Change of lines. The first line is yin. This line symbolizes that we do not proceed at all from the beginning and stay there. Some people say that it is better to try at least once before giving up, rather than to do nothing and regret it in the future. However, as long as the decision to do nothing is made based on right knowledge and judgment, not making an attempt in vain may be a better strategy than wandering in the wrong path. You do not need to waste your resources, trying to do things that you know will lead nowhere, and you do not need to waste your time, tracing back the route you walked through. Keeping your position in the right place without hesitation can be a virtue, and doing nothing may sometimes be a more important decision than doing something meaningless. The second line is also yin. The center line of the lower trigram symbolizes that we have stopped in the middle of a process. For example, we first think that we will be capable of climbing a high mountain, and so we challenge to go up. But once we start to climb up, we come to realize that there are many difficult problems that we could not have thought of before. It seems to be too difficult to proceed further, because the peak is still far away, but it is also difficult to decide to give up what we have achieved so far and go back down. It is time for us to make a wise decision about whether to go forward or to go back. The third line becomes yang. The last line of the lower trigram symbolizes that we have reached the top of the first mountain. The top of the mountain may represent that we have reached the highest point, but it also means that we are at an unstable situation. No matter which direction we proceed from now on, we can only get lower than where we are now. However, as we have climbed to a high position, we can look farther away into the world, and we may sometimes find other peaks that are higher than what we are standing on. In order to reach the higher peaks, however, we need to go back down. Would it be better to be content with where we are now and stop, so that we can keep composure in the heart? Or would it be better to give up what we have now and pursue a greater target? The fourth line is back to yin again. We have gone over a mountain, and we are starting to face another one. It may be thought that we are standing in a valley between the mountains. This place may be the lowest point that people do not usually focus their attentions, but as long as you do not have desire to be the center of attention, it is actually a very stable location that you can take a rest in. It is a big decision to give up pursuing your own desire, and stop where you cannot get much attention, when all the others around you seems to be at a higher grounds than where you are. However, sometimes it is good for your mental health to relax in a quiet place, where you can be protected from the noise of the complex world outside. The fifth line continues to be yin. Now we stand at the middle of the upper trigram and look around. Most of the lines of this hexagram asked us whether we would like to give up what we have now and move further, or to be content with what we have now and stay in the current position. However, standing still does not have to be a matter of resolution of giving up. It could simply be part of our plan, that we have scheduled from the beginning. If we have set up a goal, and if we have achieved it all, it is simply logical that we stop there, without attempting to do more unplanned tasks. The last line goes back to yang again. We are standing at the top of the highest mountain. There is no higher place to climb up, and so it is undebatable that we need to stop and keep still at the current position. However, as was also mentioned in the third line, the fact that we are standing at the highest place, means that we are at the most unstable position. Keeping still at the top position is not something that we can achieve without effort. It is a place where we will get constantly challenged by other opponents, and we can keep the same position only when we keep striving to improve and develop ourselves. In addition, because there is no one ahead of us, we cannot follow the footsteps of others anymore. We need to have a strong will, and make our own path from now on. We must move constantly, in order to stay in one place peacefully.